20 colors remain on the lead.
Good day, MC Squared fans. Today we're going to do a little design work. Up on the screen I've got the basic setup. This is Lightburn.
Do you see it, right? Yeah.
If you look at the screen here,
it just doesn't hold up.
I've got my tumbler template set up for my 20-ounce tumblers. I like to center this design or template, if you will. If you notice, it's in blue. This T2 means it's a tool layer and it won't output to the laser. But I can use it to frame out the design when I'm ready to actually push the design to the laser, and just it gives me like a visual representation of where the image will print to. So I've already got a lot of this design work done, and I'll go ahead and pull this up. So here's all the design work that I've already done. I use a multitude of software to make this happen. As you can see, here's my final renditions, and I've even made an example tumbler, what it'll look like. Typically won't burn anything until the order is placed, simply because I keep my blank tumblers available for current orders, if you will.
2 laps to go.
Oops, sorry about that. So what we've got on the screen here is just some design elements that I worked with. I've got I thought about using this little butterfly image right here. I'll show it to you in full screen.
Can they stay connected?
It's a really nice design. I may eventually wind up fading this out a little bit, put a little transparency to the design, and work that into it a little bit. I really liked this floral display here. So I did incorporate that into the design.
Because you become a setting duck for everybody else that's coming.
But so what I have here is I have this SVG file, right? So I can take this and I can pull it into Lightburn. Okay. So this is a SVG. It's a scalable vector graphic. I'm going to ungroup this, and then I'm going to resize it. Okay. So I deal in millimeters primarily because most equipment these days works better on metric than it does inches. It's a lot more accurate. So I'm going to go with the height. I need this because I'm going to rotate it, right? The height I'm going to go with 100 millimeters. Okay. And as long as this lock is on up here, it'll lock the aspect ratio so that when I hit enter, it keeps everything in the same aspect as it was originally with the image. Okay. Then I can rotate this image. I want to rotate that a few times. And then I'm going to grab the image. It's selected. Go to move to the center of the page. This will be centered from the top. So this represents the top lip of the cup. This represents the bottom of the cup. This represents where the silver bands are on the top and bottom of the cup.
Right here, just once.
That way I don't ever accidentally engrave into that silver band.
This Roger Proof.
So we have that, and then what I can do is, and I haven't decided if I'm going to leave or incorporate a frame around this or not. I started with this simple, offset frame. You got two images here. I just offset it by, I want to say that was 1/8 of an inch, but it might even be less than that. But we can click on the preview button and look at what it looks like.
And anyway, you can
Now,
explain.
right now it's currently set to just a line mode. So we can change that right here and go to fill and see the difference. And this is actually what I want the design to look like. So we want to have it filled.
It's just 20.
And for this one, I put He is Risen. And that's from Matthew 28:6.
One step away from the big league.
So for this design purpose, I'm going to go ahead and leave the frame just so you can see how I can line things up.
It's pretty much on schedule.
Now I'm going to bring in this floral design.
I want to be a cup driver. I want to be a championship cup driver.
This is the one that I want.
Then there's
So when I pop this floral design, oh wait, hold on. I'm kidding.
NASCAR's remaining rookie of the year in Cup Series.
There's another one that I have.
Races every week against the best drivers in the world. He's afraid of none.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, yeah.
Fix. Let me just look at a couple of these and see. Oh, yep, this is the one.
You don't.
Okay, so it's the floral fix. I'm going to edit this real quick.
It's how fun it can be.
Class open if they can do it.
And I want to remove some of this stuff. So I'm going to turn on this tool. I'm going to delete some of this gibberish that's out here. If you saw when I did a preview, yeah, see how that's still there? That's not supposed to be there. So now what I'm going to do is, let's just go ahead and crop this. That should help. Photos, edit with photos. And since I don't need this whole image anyways, I'm just going to crop this down to here. And then we'll just
All over my land.
save this. Hold on, let me turn this TV down a little bit. I think that might be a little distracting because I keep trying to listen to the TV. Save a copy. And we're going to call this Floral Fix. And we'll throw it in here. Oh, that's why. Floral Fix. Resize. So when I try and name things so that I know what I'm doing here with the files. So Floral Fix. It's not there. We'll go ahead and refresh this. Floral Fix Resize. Here we go. And then... All right, so see if I can drop this back to the back. Push backward. Push to the back. There we go. All right, so now it's in the back. So it works kind of like just like Photoshop does, where you can layer your projects and such. So I'm going to try and get this lined up the best I can here. That looks good. All right, so the one thing I will say is I kind of would like this to be a little bigger or the frame to be a little smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this frame just a little bit smaller so that I can snap to this project to the edge of the inside of that frame. And I want to have a decent looking image offset. So we're going to try and make all of these even. And this one, we're going to go ahead and pull this out just a smidge. And let's see. This looks a little wide here. All right, so that's kind of the gist of it. We've got everything kind of flowing where it needs to be. Now what I need to do is I need to select the images that I want to engrave a certain way. So I'm going to move these. If you look over here in the top right corner, you'll see I have tool, fill, and image. So the image represents the floral arrangement here. The current fill represents everything else that isn't on the T2 layer. So everything that's blue belongs to the tooling layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to throw the border into a red layer, And if you see, it automatically put it in a line. And that's good because that's what I want. And then on my fill layer, that's the cross and then the text here. And I think everything is good other than the fact that I'm going to go ahead and set this stuff. So 250 millimeters per second, 20 maximum. I think I can go a little higher than that. I want to say on my darker tumblers, it likes a little bit higher. So I'm going to start with 25. I'll leave the minimum power at 20. Okay. My images like to go a little faster and they do like some power. So I'm going to go with 30 on power. And then the lines, they can go as fast as you want them. I usually turn the power up to about 30 and I run that at about 300 millimeters per second. Okay. So here's the image. This is the cup. So this represents the distance from, if you pick a starting point on the cup and then you turn that cup, this will be this edge of the cup. So I set this up this way so that I can do full wraps and I know exactly where to place my images. So the way I do that is if I go in here to the rotary setup, this is where I would do that at. So 263.580 millimeters is the circumference of these particular cups. If I were going to go ahead and engrave this right now, which I'm not, but I will show you an image of it. Okay, so this is what it would turn out like with a border. I kind of like that, but I think I want to do something a little more, I don't know, decorative, if you will. I'll leave this one as a solid line like it is, but I think I might replace this outer line with some flowers or something that's repeating. Maybe not flowers, maybe it's just a geometric pattern that repeats, like diamond shapes or whatever, right? But that's pretty much it. That's how we design. And then once it's all designed, I'm going to go ahead and save this as that template. And then I'll pull up. This was my final design here that will ever open. There it goes. It wants to open like 12 times. So this was the final design layout for that particular project. And this is what it would look like on a cup. So I do cheat a little bit when it comes to putting this stuff on a cup. Like I said, I don't like to burn through tumblers. They do cost money, and then it is an item that I'll just be sitting on waiting for somebody to come along and be like, oh yeah, I like that, I want to buy it. So I use ChatGPT in Photoshop to place the products in a product display so that I can show a graphical representation of what the item would look like once it's done. Now I also send out a completed image showing you what the actual finished product looks like. But typically my software gets about 90% right of what it's going to look like. So that's that. The other thing is as you can see, I accidentally filled this bottom in with white because I was setting the tumbler color to white. And normally that is a silver band. So I'll fix that before I post it. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just post it and that'll be that. But thanks for watching and stay tuned for my next tutorials or presentations, if you will. I will start doing some tutorials for anybody out there that wants to get into doing this. Be sure to give my TikTok a like and a follow at MC Squared Customs, and I also have a YouTube page. I'll go ahead and pull that up real quick. Here's my Facebook. So my Facebook page, we are MC Squared Customs. I believe you got to use this moniker. It wouldn't let me change this name for whatever reason, so I can change my display name, but not the MC Squared CNC. I originally changed it because I'm not just a CNC shop anymore. I am a custom design shop. So that's that. But you go over here to my YouTube page.
The expectation.
And
That's the expectation.
go to my profile. Isn't it? Why don't you go to my profile? View my channel. Bing. So at MC Squared Customs, this is my YouTube channel. I'll do some video shorts. I'll do some full length videos showing how to do this design, how to operate some of the machinery, if this is something that you're interested in doing. And then again, my TikTok is at MC Squared Customs. I have a lot of videos going up, but as you can see, I currently only have 11 followers, and TikTok makes me have 50 before I can go live. So as you can see, here's some of my site conversion strategies. I use ChatGPT to help me with marketing. Again, like I said in my last live, AI, I'm not afraid of it taking my job, but I am afraid of somebody who can use AI better than me being able to take my job. So put it to work for you. It ain't going nowhere. Thanks for watching.